Corky Alexander here. We're going to be talking today about hammer-ons. It's a part of technique. We're going to talk about the bluegrass lick, and then we're also going to talk about the Wildwood Flower, which is a classic song, probably the first guitar song anybody ever demonstrated to me. And it's a classic made popular by the Carter family, Mobile Carter. Now, just real quickly, the name of the strings, starting with the lowest one, E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, this is the head, this is the neck, this is the body, sound hole, this is the bridge, it's the nut, pick guard, strap, struggling person. So as we talk about technique, we're talking about hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, bends, and tremolo, at least. And there's a lot of other techniques that you're going to use on the guitar as you become creative and as you learn more and more. A hammer-on is where the note is open. Let's take the A string, for example. The note is open and you pull it down by hammering your finger on the fret. And in this case, I'm doing the second fret. So that's two notes created with one pick, so that the pick is doing that right there, open, and then the finger is hammering on the second fret of the A string and sounding again like that. Now, it's really important that you learn to grab notes, and what has to happen, you don't have to think about this, but by the time your pick sounds out the note on the string, your fingers have got to already be there. For example, like this. In picking those notes, my right hand, left hand have to be hitting the exact same time. When you do a hammer-on, there's a delay on your left hand if you're right-handed. And the hammer-ons are so important. You're going to use them in rhythm, you're going to use them in lead. They're so important that there are some artists who can actually play with just hammer-ons. Now, we first saw Jimi Hendrix doing that by lifting up his arm. And these hammer-ons are sometimes used as the only method. Matter of fact, I think Stanley Clarke and now today Steve Vai are playing entire songs with just the left hand. Now you got to have a bit of finger strength to do that, hitting right on the tips of your fingers, and just like a hammer. And us old guys have been playing, myself 52 years, our fingers are used to being like hammers. So we pick up a cell phone, we push every button on it just by touching the phone, because our fingers are so accustomed to grabbing a hold of the neck of a guitar and sounding out notes. And it's going to be some pain at first. But anyway, that's kind of the introduction to hammer-ons. If you're reading tablature, which is a notation style for guitar and other fretted instruments, the hammer-on has a particular symbol that you look for, so that you're not just playing, for example, in the bluegrass lick. If you're following along in the Arlen Roth book, it's in there. But you're not just going. Although I have played every note that's in the bluegrass lick, this is the way it should sound. So I've got hammer-ons in it, like that. Starting with the low string, low E on the 3rd fret, we're in the key of G, and you're going to strike that 3rd fret on the lowest note, and then you're going to strike the A string, the next string, and you're going to hammer twice, once on the 1st fret, once on the 2nd. And so you see there, you wonder how some of these guitar players can play so fast. It's because it's not just their right hand that's hitting notes. Their left hand is also sounding out notes by itself. So it goes like, all right, so we're going the 3rd fret of the low E, the G note, open A on the 1st fret, A on the 2nd fret. Notice my right hand when it's not picking. So that's, the next note is open D. Open D. The next note is the D on the 2nd fret. And then back to the open D. And then finally the G string open. So it goes. Doing up and down strokes in this. So the first note is the 3rd fret, low E string. Then the open A and the 2 hammers. Then the open D. Then the 2nd fret D. Back to the open D. Then the G. That's a bluegrass lick. So hope that you're picking all that out. The amount of time that you spend on the instrument is real important for these techniques. Hammer-on. So you use hammer-on in a lot of rhythm playing, like. Hammer-ons, and I'm not doing a pull-off in there. A pull-off would be on the note and then pulling down off of it, like that. I'm going from a G chord. You should be playing it this way, not this way. If you do it this way, then you've got to turn a flip to get to C, which is almost always going to be in the key of G, okay? Hammer-ons. And the bluegrass lick. That's the simple notes. Here it is with a hammer-on. All right. Now, a song that utilizes the bluegrass lick is the Wildwood Flower. And the Wildwood Flower is introduced by the Carter family of Bristol, Virginia. Probably was done in C. That's the way Ma Bell probably would have played it in the key of C. But I play it in G, and it starts in G, and I go like this, hitting the A string on the 2nd fret, then the C note, the 3rd fret, the A note, A string on the 3rd fret, then the open D. Now I'm doing a little thing there. I'm going to doing a rhythmic thing. So I'm doing a rhythmic thing. That's A string on the 2nd fret, A string on the 3rd fret, open D. Like that. Then a hammer on the 2nd fret of the D string. G, open G. Then back down to the hammer on the A string 2nd fret. Then the picking 3rd fret A string, walk back down. Then it's open A, which goes along with this D chord. Okay, that's all we're going to do for right now. That's kind of an introduction to hammer-ons and the bluegrass lick and beginning of the Wildwood Flower. Thanks so much. Have a blessed day.